Listen to what happens in Matthew 4. This is where Jesus is tempted 3 times by the devil himself after being on a fast for 40 days. Jesus was hungry, it says in verse 2, and the devil tries to tempt him with food by saying if he is surely the Son of God, he can turn these stones to bread. Then the devil tempts him at the top of a temple in verse 6 and quotes the scripture saying himself that it has been written. Lastly, he tempts Jesus by bringing him to a mountaintop in verse 8 and showing him all the kingdoms that the devil would give him if he would just worship the devil. All 3 times Jesus replied, "It is written." But the last thing he says to Satan in verse 10 is, "Go away, Satan, for it is written, worship the Lord your God and serve him only." Even Jesus was tempted by Satan and he knew what to tempt him with. And he knew the scriptures himself to try to deceive Jesus. That's why it's so important to know the scripture and spend time praying and fasting as Jesus did in this chapter. Doing these things brings us closer to God and protects us from the enemy.